You've been holding silver for 2, maybe 4 years. You've watched it run. You've watched it now stall. And lately you've caught yourself thinking the same thing thousands of stackers are thinking right now. Maybe I'm done waiting and I'm ready to sell. Now, I'm not here to talk you out of it. I buy and sell physical metal every single day. And I'll tell you the truth, most channels won't. There are good reasons to sell, and there are reasons you will regret. The difference between the two is the subject of this entire video. So in the next 11 minutes, here's how to sell silver the right way without regret. I'm Eric with Summit Metals. We do the work institutions do for themselves in a way people like you and me can actually use. And before we get into it, I built a free PDF brief that goes with this video. It lays out the 2 questions to ask before you sell, the regret traps to avoid, and where we think this market is headed. You can grab it at the first link in the description. Pull it up now, or grab it when we're done. Either way, it'll make this decision for you much easier. Now, in many years around this market, on the desk and now across the counter, I've learned that every silver sale comes down to 1 or 2 reasons, and which one you're standing on decides whether you walk away clean or carry it in a negative way for years. Reason number 1, you need the money. A house, a medical bill, a business that needs cash, a portfolio that's genuinely out of balance, and silver or gold got too big a slice. This is the honest reason. If you need the capital, you sell. Full stop. No one regrets covering a real obligation with an asset they bought for exactly that kind of moment. Your metals did their job. It was there when you needed liquidity. That's not a loss. That's the plan actually working. And reason number 2, you've lost patience. This is a very dangerous one. The price didn't do what you wanted on your timeline. The excitement wore off, and boredom started feeling like a thesis. You don't need the money, you just want out because waiting got very uncomfortable. Almost every regret I see across the counter lives right there. People don't regret selling to buy a house, they regret selling because they got tired or even afraid. So before anything else, be honest about which one you're standing on. If it's reason 1, this video helps you do it cleanly. If it's reason 2, I want you to slow down because the next part is for you. And here's why this is a metal story and not just a feeling story. Silver doesn't move on your patience. It moves on supply, on industrial demand, on what's happening to the dollar in your hand. The market does not know or care how long you've been holding. So let's go back to why you're holding in the first place. Pull up the version of you that bought that first tube. What were you actually worried about? For almost everyone I talked to, it wasn't a price target, it was protection. Debt that never stops growing. A dollar that buys less every year. Central banks quietly hauling in gold by the hundreds of tons while telling retail to stay calm. You didn't buy silver to get rich by Friday. You bought it so that 10 years from now, your savings will still mean something. So ask the real question, has any of that changed? Is the national debt smaller? Is the dollar stronger in your grocery cart? Are central banks selling gold instead of buying it? Because if the reasons you bought are still true, and I believe they are, then a flat 6 months or even a little down on the chart is not a reason to sell. It's just the market making you wait for the thing you already believed in. Here's where now I want to be really straight with you instead of cheerleading. Silver is volatile. It corrects hard. It tests your stomach, and it can stay quiet longer than it feels fair. I'm not going to pretend it only goes up. But the long-term setup that puts silver in your safe is more intact today than the day you bought it, not less. Our house view at Summit, 5,500 on gold, 120 on silver by April of 2027 is still there. Now that's not a promise. No one can promise you a price. It's where the debt math, the central bank buying, and the supply picture point. At 120, the person who panics out near the lows is the person who funds the next move for everyone else. I've watched it happen in 2 cycles. The patient hands get paid. The tired hands pay them. So if you're selling on boredom, I want you to sit with that for one more day before you do it. If you're selling because you need it, let's make sure you keep every dollar you've earned. Whatever your reason, this is where sellers lose money they didn't have to lose. 5 traps. I see all 5 every single week. Number 1, selling to the wrong buyer. Pawn shops, male gold buyers, and mail-in cash for gold outfits exist to pay you 10 to 30% under what your metal is actually worth and then bank the difference. Also be careful of an LCS, a local coin shop, that is long more metal than they can comfortably hold, as they will then quote you a much lower price than you deserve. Never hand silver to a buyer who won't show you their offer as a clear number against the live spot price. Trap number 2, not knowing spot before you walk in. If you can't say what silver is trading at this minute, you are negotiating blind. Any honest dealer prices off spot right in front of you. If a buyer won't tell you their spread, that's the answer. Get out of there. Trap number 3, selling the wrong pieces first. Generic rounds and bars are pure metal. Sell those first. Semi-numismatic coins, pre-1965 junk silver, anything with a collector or premium component can be worth more than melt. Dump those into a melt price sale and you're throwing away the premium you already paid for. Trap number 4, forgetting the tax bill. Physical metal is taxed as a collectible, and a gain can cost you up to 28% federally if you've held it. If you don't know your cost basis, you can get a nasty surprise next April. Know the number before you sell and not after. And finally, trap number 5, going all in or nothing. The biggest regret of all, dumping the entire position in one emotional afternoon. You almost never have to. Trimming part of a position solves most real cash needs and keeps you in the trade you still believe in. Okay, you've been honest about your reason. You know the traps. If you're selling, here's exactly how to do it so you keep what's yours. Move number 1, get the live spot price first before you talk to a single buyer. Look up the silver spot price this morning. Write it down. Every offer you get gets measured against that number, not against a feeling. 2, get a real quote. Call a reputable dealer like us or anyone who prices transparently off spot and get a firm buy number. A real dealer will quote you a tight, clear spread and explain it. And move 3, sort your pile before you sell. Separate, as we mentioned, those generic bullion and anything semi-numismatic or pre-1965. Sell that generic metal into the bullion bid. Get the premium pieces evaluated separately so you don't melt away their extra value. And move number 4, as we discussed, trim. Don't dump. If you need cash, sell only what covers the need plus a little cushion. Keep a core position. The viewer who trims 30% and keeps 70% almost never regrets it. The viewer who sells 100% in a bad mood usually does. If you want a buyer that prices transparently off live spot and pays you fast, that's exactly what we do at Summit Metals. We'll quote you against spot in plain numbers, no games. So here's the whole thing in one line. Regret doesn't come from selling. Regret comes from selling by accident, out of boredom, to the wrong buyer, at the wrong price, all at once. A decision made on purpose is never a regret. If you need the money, sell with your head up. Silver was there for you. That's a win. If you're just tired of waiting, go back and read why you bought. Look at where this is pointing. Our targets, again, are 5,500 gold and 120 silver. And ask yourself whether you're being bored and if that is really worth handing your position to someone who just happens to be more patient or with a better stomach than you. I've stood on both sides of this counter for years. The people who sell on a plan walk out steady. The people who sell on a mood come back in 6 months asking if they can buy it again, usually at a higher price. So don't be that story. Sell because you decided to, never because you got tired of waiting. One last thing. Remember that PDF brief I mentioned? Grab it before you do anything. It's got the 2 questions test, the 5 regret traps, our spot-based sell checklist, and our targets on gold and silver, all on our PDF brief you can keep next to you when you call a dealer like Summit Metals. The link is in the description, pinned to the comment. And if you're holding, trimming, or done waiting, tell me where you are in the comments. No judgment. And a quick reminder, nothing here is financial advice. So do consult a financial professional before making any financial decisions. And with that, I'm Eric. Thanks for joining us this week. I look forward to speaking to you in the next video, and happy stacking.